Okay, to be honest and to be real, we live in, England, the UK, a non-Muslim country. And I kind of feel blessed. It might seem odd, but I kind of feel blessed that in some ways I wasn't born into a Muslim family and that I converted. Because I think when you're born into a Muslim family, is that there's only a few people who are strong enough to appreciate it. And what I mean by that is that, okay, we know the name Allah, we know that Allah is Al-Hakim, the most wise, we know that Allah is Al-Samir, the all-hearing, we know that Allah is Al-Basir, the all-seeing, but it's just words we read in a book. Like a lot of us, we do believe it, but it's not literal. And the reason why I say this is because, except for a few sisters that, mashallah, Allah has given them, yaqeen, except for a few sisters, when they read in a book, that Allah is Al-Hakim, the most wise, they just believe it by reading in that book, yeah? And when they go outside and when they live their life in college and uni and everything else, they live by that. So if Allah says that He's Al-Hakim and He created the sun and the moon and the stars and the skies and everything else, and He says that there's no joy, in listening to music, and there's no joy in having a boyfriend or wearing tight clothes or going out there looking like a Barbie, like that person, them few sisters, they will actually believe it. Because they study the deen and they have love for Tawheed and they will follow it. But the sad fact, reality is, and wallahi, you do not know how blessed you are to be born into a Muslim family. For you to be a female, born into a Muslim family, wallahi, you do not know how blessed you are. And I wish I could give you my eyes and my memory, and 1,000 other converts' memory, and show you what we've seen. Because you do not truly understand how blessed you are. And the thing is this, like I said, them sisters are few who actually believe in the book and the sunnah and live their life by it. And Allah blesses them with a life of sakina. Yeah, they have tests, but they overcome it. But for the sisters, the majority of them, because they're growing up in London, in this Western world, and shaitan is here, and shaitan is not lazy, you grow up, mashallah, mother praying, father praying, Islam, Jummah, Abu Bakr, Omar, Uthman, Ali, you hear all this stuff, you see Salat, you see Jummah and so forth, but shaitan comes along, and at some age, you come in contact with movies, and you come in contact with music videos, and you come in contact with these other black, white, kafir girls. And what happens? You've read this, Allah is Al-Hakim, and you know that He controls the sun and the moon, and that He controls the planets, and He's the most intelligent being there is. But when He says, do not do this and do not do that, when you mix with the music, and you mix with the movies, and you mix with these kafir girls or non-Muslim girls, you start questioning it. Not literally, you won't say it, but what you want to do, you want to experience it first. And then when you find out through your experience, then, okay, Allah's Al-Hakim. So what happens for most sisters? They're living their life, college, uni, whatever it is, studying, whatever, living on a council estate, whatever it is. And then they mix with these girls, and they see these girls walking down the street in tight clothes and so forth, and they see guys looking at them, and they hear them talking on the bus, oh, I'm going to go and link this guy, and I'm going to link that guy, and guys are liking them on Facebook and saying, you look hot and this, that and the other, and so forth, and all these music videos, and they want me to speak about music later, so I don't want to overlap it. All these music videos, you see the girl there smiling in the, their little sister's skirt and whatever, and you see her getting attention, and most sisters, as I was saying, most sisters, when they reach just before teenage years, or just into teenagers, when you come across the music videos, the films, and these girls, and they start talking about what ways they're going to link, because you see them walking down the street and you see guys approaching them and this, that, and the other, then what slowly happens? Inside your heart, you start thinking, I want a bit of attention too. I don't want to wait till I get married. You know what I'm saying? I want guys to look at me. I want guys to turn their head at me. I want guys to like me on Facebook. I want guys, you know what I'm saying, to appreciate me. I want guys to show me attention. But the sad thing is, wallahi man, you've only seen the quote-unquote good side of that life. And the point is this: some sisters, it affects them in different ways, because I think the main thing, you know, to do with sisters when they're growing up is attention, love, romance, you know what I'm saying? And basically guys, you know what I'm saying, basically adoring you. I don't think there's going to be much sisters out there robbing post offices and banks and licking man down. So I think the main things that, that sisters have to deal with is basically attention. So you know, what you find is that, you know, some sisters, they just clearly take the hijab off, they clearly take the jibab off, you know what I'm saying? They go out there, underwear showing, cleavage showing, you see what I'm saying? Looking like Barbies and this, that, and the other, and they try and get their attention. Then you find some sisters, they wear the hijab and this, that, and the other, and so forth, but they try and modify it, you know, hijab, red bright lipstick, Facebook profile bum in the center, and their heads kind of twisting around. And it affects people in different ways. And only a few sisters who understand Tawheed, when a guy actually shows affection to them and he's not her husband, and a guy tries to whistle at them or tries to talk to them and they're dressed correctly, they get angry with it. That's only a few. So what we want to do now is we want to basically analyze, yeah, between the wife and the girlfriend. And what we want to see is basically who has the most love, who has the most attention, who has the most respect, and who has the most highest rank in society. Is it the girlfriend in the tight clothes and the jeans showing everything? Or is it the wife? And I can say is that's why I like, inshallah, I appreciate being a convert. Because I see things before I converted with my eyes, and then I read about it in the Quran, and I know already from experience, yeah, that what Allah is saying is the haqq. But we want to go out there, mash ourselves up, get pregnant, have abortion, and then when we find out, you know, when we're in a council flat somewhere crying with bogey coming out our nose, pregnant, you're kicked out of your house, your guy's chip is thrown in the Thames and so forth, then you want to say, okay, Allah is Al-Hakim. But it's very clear to you, you don't have to be Einstein, you don't have to be very smart to see that what Allah has put down is clearly the truth, and it's clearly better than anything out there. And I keep on using the word wallahi, but I can't emphasize it enough, because it's like when you try to follow dunya, it's like Allah blinds you. When you start, you know, mashallah, you might be wearing the right clothes and everything, but you're watching music videos as well, and then you've got like Aisha Trey songs. What kind of madness is there? Outside of it, if you see Aisha, the scholar, the woman that when she was left behind and people thought that she committed adultery, she cried so much that she thought that her lungs dried up. And then you put this Trey Songz, this little femi male with big earrings in his head next to Aisha. Like, if you don't even have respect for yourself, at least have some respect for her. How are you going to put this little gay lesbian guy, female looking, I don't know, 2 big earrings and, I don't pluck your eyebrows guy next to Aisha? How are you going to do that, man? How are you going to actually go and actually change it? And put Trey Songz, Charlie Brown or Chris Brown or whatever his name is next to Khadija Chris Brown. Like, how are you gonna do that, man? Like, at least understand, like, if you're wearing something, at least understand it. You ain't gonna put on a clown suit and go outside unless you know why you're doing it. So don't wear the uniform of Allah and take liberties with it. But the whole point is, it's the reason why I keep on saying wallahi, and you know what I'm saying, and it's so mad is because you must be growing up here and you're wearing hijab or whatever it is, because there's some, but okay, mashallah, there's good sisters, you already know your rank, and inshallah, in this lecture will be praised. But there's people that look the part, that are doing opposite the part, and they're making the other sisters look bad, and that's why I get angry, yeah? And that's why I speak openly, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't put sisters down. I put down the sisters that take liberties with hijab, or the ones that think that everyone has sins. I have sins. You have sins. Every Tom and Dick and Harry and every person has sins. But the person who goes out, the sister that goes out there, you know what I'm saying, who purposely gets that camera in basically something like her underwear, but it's not underwear, but it might as well be that. Takes a picture, puts it on Facebook, and sit there desperate, biting their nose. Oh, please, please notify me, please notify me. Oh, like me, like me, like me, like me. The one that is arrogant about it and proud about it, yeah, that's the people I come down on. Because we all sin, but if you sin, do it in private, don't share it with others, yeah? You know what I say? And ask Allah, you know, to forgive you. Because you can't be sorry, yeah? That you're not wearing hijab and also be showing your cleavage on Facebook, smiling, look at me, with the pose with your hand on it. You can't be both. It's either that you're sad about and you just, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you have a normal picture, not that you should have a normal picture, yeah? But you can't have one where you got your lips like you're kissing a window or something, and you got everything done up and this, that and the other, and you're like, only Allah can judge me. Yeah, only Allah can judge you. He judged that a man should go on his bed and a woman should wear hijab, and that we should pray 5 times a day. So, the thing that makes it sad is people that are arrogant when they're disobedient to Allah. So, where is basically, we look, yeah? Because this is what Allah said, does. When you chase dunya, Allah blinds you. Because you're out there, or the sisters are out there, whoever's doing it, whether it's the skin tight sisters crew, or it's the hijabis in between the mosque and America's top model crew, whatever it is, you're out there doing what you're doing. But because you started to watch these music videos while wearing hijab, and you started to watch these movies while wearing hijab and this, that, and the other, and you're starting to crave for attention that non-Muslim women get, yeah? Allah blinds you, because you didn't have to look far for the best relationship in the world. Because your mother and your father, most of them, there's rare exceptions, but you don't take a rare case, yeah, and build a whole argument on it. Oh, I don't wear hijab because I know hijabis with bad manners, who smoke, who do this, who do that. Okay, I know hijabis with good manners that don't smoke and don't do this and that. So where's your argument now? So the whole thing is you don't take a rare argument, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, most of you are blessed that you actually know who your mother and your father is. You know who they are. You know where they live in the same house as you. You see them every day. You see your father praying, or at least you see your father doing 9 to 5 working. You know who he is. You know where on the earth he is. Yeah? And most of you, this is a miracle. Yeah? Because you're tempted by these videos, these little Beyonce and this, Rihanna with the shaitan with red hair, and you're looking at that and thinking, oh, I want attention like her. But they haven't got what your parents have got. Because most of you, this is what happened. Your mum, mashallah, she was a good girl, she worshipped Allah and this, that and the other. She didn't have to take off no clothes and go no West End and this, that and the other, so forth. She was a virgin, mashallah, and she married your father and she's been in with him 25 years, 30 years, you know what I'm saying? 20 years, 15 years. But because you left that Allah is Al-Hakim, and you left the studying and the love for the deen and reading about the companions and reading about the prophets and reading about Jannah and hellfire, and you started looking into this music stuff. Now you're trying to look for this kind of, I don't know, white dove relationships and, you know, this MTV kind of love where you walk down the street half naked, or you change up your hijab, or this, that, or the other, or you make your hijab look sexy, or you wear niqab and try and make your eyes look sexy in your Facebook profile and so forth. And the whole thing is you're trying to get that kind of attention. So you're trying to modify the hijab, modify your clothing, this, that, and that, to get that kind of attention. But right in your house, even in front of, before you see your computer, you see your mother and your father. And no couple's perfect. Everyone has disagreements and this, that, and the other. But your mother and father had you and quite a few kids, yeah, and they're still married. You know what I'm saying? And they show their love in their own way. So I want to know where. Please show me, because I'm a non-Muslim and I've been in Jahiliyyah, deep. I want you to show me anywhere where non-Muslims have what Muslim women have. You can't show me Hollywood, because their relationships last about 2 minutes. No kids, you know what I'm saying? Abortions if kids come because they're inconvenient, because I don't want to lose my shit because I can't get roles. You can't show me these girls on road, these chicks on road that you admire, and you listen to their talks about having boyfriends and linking this guy and going raving, and when you see them on the weekend going to these clubs here and stuff in short dress and stuff, and you see the guys drooling at them and so forth. They ain't got that. Because wallahi, them girls, yeah, I've seen it again and again and again. Them same girls that you see walking down in a tight, you know what I'm saying, skirts and the cleavage and this, that and the other. You gonna see them same women coming out of Sainsbury's and Tesco's with 3 kids, and that guy ain't there. He's not in the picture. You see what I'm saying? I've seen them same girls. And this is why, because the whole thing to do with the music video and marriage, and it's all interlinked. Because you will see on these music videos, Beyonce smiling, Rihanna smiling, and this, that, and the other. And you will try and live like that and wear the clothes that they wear. But I guarantee you, by taking off the hijab, by taking off the jilbab, by taking off the abaya, by wearing tight clothes, you are not ever gonna get a guy to take you seriously. Because this is the fact of the matter. When a brother on deen, and I know many brothers from road that came to deen, yeah? When a brother, and this is how we can compare the two, and you can really see who is better off. When a brother goes to get married, yeah? He's gonna ask 4 questions first. He wants 4 answers first before he's even interested. 1, does she understand Tawheed? The 3 categories of Tawheed. Does she understand the basic, why she is a Muslim, and what's the difference between a Muslim and a non-Muslim? And unfortunately, the vast majority, if you ask them, okay, we're Muslims. We know that Adam was the first man, he was a Muslim. How did kufr come about in the world? I guarantee if we ask the audience, only a few people will be able to tell me, how did kufr come about in the world? We don't really know. So we don't even know. If I ask you, tell me the difference between Hinduism and Islam, yeah? In detail, yeah? I don't think you'll be able to tell me. Sikhism, in detail, I don't think you'll be able to tell me. So the whole thing is that a Muslim man, yeah? When he goes to get married, he wants to know the answer to the 4 questions. Do you understand Tawheed and its 3 categories? That Allah is the creator, He's the rububiyah, that He controls everything. You know what I'm saying? The sun, the moon, the stars and everything. His asma wa sifat, His names and attributes. We see and Allah sees, but Allah is all seeing. We hear and Allah hears, but Allah is all hearing. We know, but Allah knows and Allah is all knowing. And uluhiyah, yeah, ibadah, tawheed of worship, that you should only single Allah out for worship. And this is the sad thing. You can see tons of brothers with beards and hijabis and niqabis on Facebook and Twitter and stuff doing horoscope signs, man. I'm only gonna marry a person if he's a Pisces or he's a Leo and this, that. This is clear-cut shirk. You know what I'm saying? Good luck charms, you know what I'm saying? Celebrating birthdays. I see so many happy birthdays. I enjoy your birthday, sister and brother and this, that and the other. People who look the part, but really it's just a look. These are basics, birthday horoscopes, these are all lucky rabbit, these are all basics. So he wants to know, 1, and this is what I'm saying, the mindset of a brother on deen. Because a brother on deen is serious, you know what I'm saying? He's thinking about Jannah. He's not thinking about, you know, how hot she is and this, that. That can come after certain things are in place. Because you should be attracted to the person you love. But that's the last thing. So the first thing is the Tawheed. Next thing, does she pray? Yeah? After that, is she wearing hijab? And has she got shyness? And if you ain't got any of them 4 things, if you ain't got all of them 4 things, thank you very much. It was nice having the interview. It was nice meeting you. It was a great contribution, but don't call us, we'll call you. Because the thing is the man on deen, his mindset is different, yeah, to the man on road. Because the first reason, and the second reason, and the third reason reason. And the fourth reason why a girl on road gets approached, or why a non-Muslim girl gets approached, is for one reason only. Them jeans are tight, them jeans are tight, them jeans are tight, and guess what? Them jeans are tight. And after he's got that, how long? And you know, like, these sisters, like, a lot of sisters, who you find to have like all the makeup and this, that and the other, and showing everything and this, that and the other, I think some of them, yeah, they actually think that they've grown up. Because look, I'm a big girl, I have makeup on, I go out, I go raving, I'm independent woman, I got my handbags and this. I am a big woman because I know what I'm doing, and look, I'm an adult and I'm a grown woman. Wallahi, when converts see sisters like that, it's not about judging, yeah? But the reality of the situation is that image is an accident about what's really waiting to happen. Because the fact of the matter is that when you dress up, your clothing speaks. It has a language. And when you walk on road and you're going uni and you're not wearing very much clothes, why do guys approach you? And either you're fooling yourself, or you want to be naive. Because either you think that this guy is some either non-Muslim or some Muslim guy who's not on D, who's really pious. So you must have thought, before he came out on road and saw you, yeah, that this guy was not watching music videos with girls and thongs in it and G-strings and all this stuff and that. He came outside his house as normal, yeah. He doesn't, go raving. He doesn't watch music videos, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't chat to other girls. He came outside, he looks down, his gaze is on the road, yeah? And then what happens? He doesn't look at all these haram adverts. And then what happens? I don't know. He must have been walking near you or near you and your friends. And what happened? He happened to drop his phone. And as he was dropping his phone and he raised his eyes, he happened to see you. This guy, he comes out of his house. He's not on Dean, because I want you to understand why you became his girlfriend and why he chatted you up. If you honestly believe that this guy, that he doesn't watch music videos with all these bikini girls and this, that and the other, he doesn't look at these adverts that are all around, he doesn't watch all these movies and haram stuff, I won't go into it, yeah? X-rated stuff. But you actually think that this guy came out of his house, was walking down the street, lowering his gaze, he dropped his phone or something, he picked it up, and as he was raising his eyes to look where he's walking, he saw you. And then what happened is everything else, you know what I'm saying, started moving in slow motion, and everything else became clouded and blurry, and you was the only thing focused in his picture. And he said, she's the one. Is that what you really think when you go outside in tight clothes or this, or you try and make the hijab look sexy or this, that and the other, or you wear hijab and makeup? Do you really think that's what happened? And then after he saw you and he walked up to you, and somehow sisters translate, yeah, can I have your number please, to mean I love you. How does that work out? So why do you think he asked you for your number? Ask yourself, why did he approach me? Because it's all body parts. And what does he want to do with me? And so forth. And the reality of the situation, whether you like it or not, you're just another number in a phone of girls I've got to smash this week. Why? Because the brother on Deen, yeah, his purpose in life is وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. That God did not create mankind and jinn except to worship him. So working is a part of life, yeah? What is it? Relationships is a part of life, yeah? Socializing with the brothers is a part of life. But the main reason why he's here is to worship Allah, yeah? And his goal is Jannah. You see what I'm saying? So the whole thing is, at the end of the day, when he's looking to get married, yeah, he's thinking this is going to be the mother for our child. Because as we know, in Islam, yeah, when we get married, we're not great fans of contraception. So you could be married and in 6 months' time, a baby can come. Now when that baby comes now, someone's going to have to teach that baby. And looks ain't going to teach that baby, yeah? Walking with a wiggle, yeah, is not going to teach that baby. Eyeliner is not going to teach that baby. So that person or that woman or that sister, she has to have more in her head than America's top model and Jezebel skating on ice and all this stuff. She has to have something to teach that child. So what? The guy on road, he doesn't care, because you're going to be in his life for about 5 minutes, and then after he gets what he wants from you, he's going to move on to the next hot chick. So the whole point is this, is that either you're gonna believe in this thing, like believe in it, like you have to create a thirst, yeah, for knowledge. Because if you don't find a subject in this deen, it could be anything. You have to look around. If it's not Aqidah or Manhaj or Tajweed or fiqh, you have to find something in this deen, yeah, that you love, yeah, and fall in love with it. Because if you don't, and you're just about praying 5 times a day, and there's nothing that you have a zeal for, and you don't have that taste for Iman, then what's going to happen? This deen is going to become like a burden, you know? And if then what is it, all these music videos and all these, what is it, films and stuff, they're going to become enticing to you. And then you're going to find yourself, you know what I'm saying? You know, one foot in a masjid and one foot in a club. Maybe not literally in a club, but you are going to find yourself, you know, like I said on Facebook, hijab, you know what I'm saying? And with a sexy look, with your lips pouted. Like, you have to make up the choice. Are you Aisha or are you Marilyn Monroe? You can't be both. You have to think about what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm basically saying, is that, look, you just have to look what's in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Your mother, you know what I'm saying? She didn't have to take anything off. She didn't have to make herself look sexy. She followed the Quran and Sunnah to the best of her ability, inshallah, and she did things by the book. She didn't have no secret linkings with guys and brothers who on deen got bed and a hijab and linking at this place and that place. Or here's the answers. My father, okay, you got to talk to my father, yeah, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to give the answers, yeah, so you pass the test. Okay, do that. Fine, you know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is at the end of the day, you have to just follow this deen properly. You just have to do it properly and Allah will bless you. Do you really think that if you follow this deen properly, you go about the marriage properly, yeah? You wear the hijab and the niqab and you do everything properly. Do you really think that Allah is going to abandon you? And do you really think if you start trying to make yourself look sexy and attractive, you know what I'm saying, and have all these sexy profile pics and this, that, and that, do you really think you're going to get the right type of brother? Ask yourself, you know what I'm saying, what is it you want? Because if you attract that kind of brother, yeah, what is he on? Yeah, he's got a bed, he's got a phobia, this, that, and but what is on? He should be angry. If your sister, yeah, and you flirt with this brother, he should get angry. Because he wants his daughter to be exactly like his mother, you know? So that's what I'm saying, is that marriage is a big thing. But if your name is on Facebook, yeah, you know, Aisha Hopting, Somali or Eritrea or whatever it is, yeah, then you need to like think about things before you get married. Because, you know what I'm saying, is that like you're going to be a teacher. You see what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with brothers, but there's hardly any brothers here as well, is that, you know what I'm saying, if you could have a lahia and stuff like that, and you're showing your biceps and this, that, and the other, wear some tight, gay Tour de France top and this, that, and the other, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you have to ask yourself if you're ready to get married. So I'm basically just trying to say is that, you know, I don't know anywhere, you know, I'll be honest with you. Half of the girls that I knew in Jahiliyyah, well no, I'm not half of the girls that I knew in Jahiliyyah, I would say all of them, at the age of 16, they'd all lost their virginity in secondary school, in uncompromising fashion, basically peer pressure. I'm telling you, from 16 there, I didn't know any girl that hadn't been, and look, mashallah, Allah has blessed you. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I can say about this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, if you go Hollywood and you look at the relationships, you go to the girls on road, you go to the rich people, you know what I'm saying? Or wherever you go, I say, even if you go Christians and Jewish people, there is no other religion, no other walk of life, no other philosophy where you can bring me as much stable marriages and long-lasting marriages as the Muslims. And you cannot find any other woman on the face of this earth, yeah, that gets more love, more respect, more attention and more dedication than the Muslim woman on deen. Because there's no man out there on road who's gonna be with a girl for 35 years. Yeah, and get married publicly and let everyone know about it, yeah, and everyone know they're a couple, and let everybody, you know what I'm saying, basically know that these are my kids. Can't find that anywhere. And all them girls on road are all single mothers. And you can find it strange, because to me it's crystal clear. You can have a council state, yeah, with Muslim sisters and Kafar girls. Yeah, and Kafar girls got all the freedom to do clubbing and this, that and the other and so forth, and you're living in the same exact area, neighbours, but your life is out. Your mother's life and next door Kafir neighbour's mother's life are totally different. Because your father comes home and her father is right there at that second, you know what I'm saying, with another chick. You know, so it's in front of your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you haven't seen it before, but look at your mother's relationship, look at the non-Muslims around you, yeah? Look at your brothers and sisters and so forth and so forth, yeah? And then look at the other kids and this. Just look at the relationships. So I would say to you, is if you believe that Allah, if you say you're Muslim and you believe in this deen, believe in it. I've had the privilege, yeah, of being in Jahiliyyah, being clubbing, being raving, growing up in a single parent family and this, that and the other, being on a council estate where everybody doesn't know their father. The worst thing, the worst situation that I believe most Muslim girls have, yeah, the worst one is that maybe your mother and father are split up, but you still see both of them. There might be rare cases where you don't know who your father is at all, but generally, you know who your mother and father is, and generally they live together. Yeah, they have their own way of showing affection. It might not be like in the movies, but they're together and they've been together for a long time and they show their affections in their own way. But please, please, please try and get me any non-Muslims where you live around that have the same long-lasting marriage as you have. You can't do it. You know, it's like them wildlife programs, what is it, endangered species. You have to get binoculars and look for the fathers for everyone that's coming from where I'm coming from. We don't know our fathers, yeah? We don't have contact with them. We didn't see a man come in the house and pray salat 5 times a day. We didn't see a man coming and working 9 to 5 and this, that and the other. You're blessed, yeah? So all I can say is at the end of the day, inshallah, be grateful for what you have, appreciate it, you know, read about it, you know what I'm saying? Find something in this deen, there's got to be something that you love, you know what I'm saying? And enjoy being on this deen, because this deen does not have to be a burden. Prayer does not have to be a burden. Wearing hijab and niqab and jilbab and everything, it doesn't have to be a burden. And you should already know amongst yourself, yeah? If you were really looking, that Muslim women are the most priceless women on earth, and they have the, what is it, the most attention, the most love, and the most respect. How many men do you know when a man goes to a meeting, yeah, and the sister meets all them criterias? Because when a brother goes for a meeting, his intention is this. If this sister prays, yeah, if this sister understands who he prays, wears hijab and has shyness, I am going to marry her, yeah? And I am going to stay with her for the rest of this life and the rest of eternity in the next life. And do you know what? I trust this woman so much because of her uniform and because of her belief in everything, that do you know what? I'm going to have relationships with her and I'm going to just trust in Allah. Do you know why? Because I'm proud of her, and I know that if she has kids from me, yeah, she's going to educate them in deen. You see what I'm saying? These guys, they don't do that. You know what I'm saying? When they link the girl with this, that, and that, sometimes they'll tell a fake name. If they get them pregnant, then they just throw the chip away. You know what I'm saying? They duck and dive, and they're always on the run. You see what I'm saying? So no one has what you have, yeah? So why should you be jealous of this, of these non-Muslim girls? And I'm going to very end with this, because I know I repeat myself a lot. Lastly, because marriage is not an isolated subject, yeah? It's not by itself. Marriage, how can I say, conduct, dress, it all comes the same. So I would say to you, look, if you are one of these sisters, yeah? If you are one of these sisters, yeah, who basically wears the hijab and so forth and this, that and the other, and you are affected by this society and the music and, you know, other girls getting attention, and you're thinking it's long before I get married and so forth, and you know what I'm saying, and why is it that I have to be lonely and by myself and with no guy, and all these other people got boyfriends and this, that and the other, and so forth, and they get attention walking down the street. Ask yourself this: why is it that when you go outside and you're wearing hijab and you're wearing niqab, and you don't get attention from guys, why is it that you feel like you're losing out? Think about it. What the reason why you're walking? Okay, many people wear many different things. There's many different people. You have gays, you have gothics, you have you have all different walks of type. That people that, like, for example, gay people walk down the street holding hands, they don't care. They look you in the face. Gothic people, they got black, everything sticking, you know, I say, through their faces. They walk down the street with their heads up. They don't care. Why is it that, you know, the brother with the bed and a phone and a sister in hijab and niqab, why is it that you feel like this kind of, how can I say, this kind of like low self-esteem? You know, if anything, we're not arrogant people, but if anything, the brother on deen with the big bed, the phobe, the kufin, this, that and the other, we should leave that house, with our heads up, feeling proud, feeling honoured, feeling like we're the best. Why? Because at the end of the day, we ain't perfect, but at least we know وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, that Allah did not create mankind except to worship Him. So we actually know that the sun, the moon, the stars and the skies and everything else, is not just created for us to, you know, make money during the week, and shake our bum in the clubs on the weekend. We know why we're here. We know we're not here to just look like Barbie or Tupac or this, that. We know what our reason is why we're here on earth. So me, myself, when I step out of the house, I'm a humble guy, but when I step out of the house and I walk down that street and I've got my bed and I've got my phone and I've got my goofy on, I feel to myself, I've got as much right to walk on this earth, and I got more right than you, and I am proud of what I'm wearing. Because what I wear comes from Musa and Isa and Muhammad and Noah and Abraham. And what you wear comes from some rapper or some movie star who bloody got skid marks in his pants and so forth, and you just follow these people who basically putting big girly earrings in their hair, men trying to look like females and females trying to look like men. And the sister who comes out and puts the proper one, you know, not batty riders and scarf. I'm talking about the proper jilbab and abaya and no makeup, and just comes out dressed properly and walks normally and is quiet and is not loud on the bus. The one that does it properly, the niqabi, the jilbabi, with the abaya, she should feel like she's the best woman walking on earth. And how the hell could you feel that these women walking around with their underwear showing and their cleavage showing to everyone else, is better than you? Because at the end of the day, you know why you're here, and the niqab and the abaya and the jilbab didn't come from Beyonce or the red hair shaitan Rihanna or another human being's mind. It came from the creator of the sun and the moon and the stars and the skies. So if your prayer isn't checked, and you're not backbiting other sisters, and you come out of the hijab and the niqab and the jilbab, the creator, the one that controls the sun and the moon and the planets and the whole universe, if your prayer is in contact and your manners are in contact and you don't backbite other sisters, when you come out of the house, you are loved by Allah. So how in the hell can the creator of the universe love you and you're going to have self-esteem because Rihanna and Chris Brown, who have a relationship and are singing album after album about I love you, relationship, like there's some Einsteins on relationships, but really behind closed doors, he's giving he's giving Ryu and Ken like fight some hurricanes and punching her up behind doors. So how can you look at Chris Brown and Rihanna and these other girls that follow them and feel she gets attention, guys like her, guys don't look at me, when you're wearing what the creator of the sun and the moon and stars do, and she sings and he sings about being loving and caring and everything else, but really he's beating her up. But your mother and your father have much better relationship than Charlie Brown and red hair shaitan and everything else. So brothers with beards, and brothers in phobes, and brothers with kufis on, and sisters in hijab and niqab and everything else, when you come out of that house and you're going about the business, and you're praying, and your manners are in check, and you're not backbiting anyone, then you are loved by the creator of everything. So what this other little human being with an itchy bum walking around thinks, and you know what I'm saying, all these other people in the news put terrorists and this, that and the other, it doesn't mean a thing. Because if the creator of summertime and wintertime is proud of me, how the hell are you going to look at me and make me fall down? Inshallah. Jazakallah khairan, inshallah, for coming, inshallah, and for listening, inshallah. And I think that's it for now, inshallah. 10 more minutes? I don't know, what do you want me to touch on, Aki? Huh? I don't know, man. I'll repeat myself a lot. I don't want a sister to speak either, so I don't know what to say, but I would just say, yeah. Okay, I'll try and speak normally for once. If you sisters are obviously looking for marriage, just go about it the right way and don't take shortcuts. I know it's hard when you're on the internet and you have contact with brothers, they might even be on deen and this, that and the other, but don't start taking shortcuts. Because if you want Allah to bless what you're doing, then do it correctly. Because when you start linking each other outside of, marriage, and you start having the meetings without the wali and stuff like that, things happen. And you know, some sisters, you know, hijabis and so forth, they have got pregnant, you know, and so forth. Because what happens when emotions get involved between brothers and sisters, then your thinking goes out the window. And that's why the wali is there. The wali is there basically to be a filter between all the rubbish. You see what I'm saying? Because guys know guys know to a degree what girls want to hear, and they will tell you anything. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you have a brother and you're conversating with him or whatever, this, that, and the other, that's not the person you want to marry, because you want to marry someone who fears Allah. So whether you keep him in check or not, it's a natural part of his DNA. He's like that, regardless of whether you put him straight or not. Because if that's the case, then you're gonna have problems when you're married and so forth. So all I just say, basically, is do things properly. You know what I'm saying? Have self-respect for yourself, inshallah, and just do things the right way. You, without a like on Facebook from any guy or a comment saying, "MashaAllah, sister, you look really nice in a hijab picture" and so forth and everything else, you should know your own worth without another one of the creation telling you that you're special in that way. I'm talking about when it comes to marriage purposes and so forth. So at the end of the day, inshallah, yeah, just do things by the book. Inshallah, Allah will bless it, and don't take shortcuts, inshallah.